Welcome back. We are still here in the Darkroot Garden. We have just collected our armor and the first of our 2 rings. And now we're going to make the trek back to our blacksmith friend. Because we need to get back to that area where we were to be able to get the last ring we're going to use. So we're going to pull this guy away from the cliff, because we don't want nothing to do with that cliff. Pick up this item. That'll be useful here in a minute. Try to pull these guys away from getting too much help. Just peel them out one at a time. Because we can't wear that fancy armor that we got yet, so we're still in a bit of a pickle. In a bit of a pickle, as our onion friend would say. Siegmeyer. I like him too. He's another one of my one of the characters that I really enjoy. I believe if we were to go up this right here, there's a spot where we can go, a place where we can drop, where we can get a longbow and some leather armor that would probably be much better than what we're rocking right now. It's just kind of a perilous trip, and I really don't want to lose any of these souls because I'll need them to upgrade stuff here in a minute. And I don't quite remember, like I can see the Black Knight that's down there. I don't quite remember where the bow and stuff is. I mean, I could always try to do this, but I really don't want to risk it until we have better armor and have upgraded our gear a little more. Because that bow will be useful later. This build that I like to run is more of a melee-focused build, but it helps to have some options for ranged. And as a dex-based character, the longbow is one of the best items you can get for ranged combat. So now we're back here with Lightning McGee. Because he's an asshole. That's cool, you know. He's entitled to be whatever the hell he wants to be. Okay. Now that we're back at Blacksmith Friend, use this soul, and he should be able to upgrade our sword again for us.
Well, you seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
Yes, sir. I need my weapon reinforced. Because that would be really rad. So notice how that doesn't go up very high as he's reinforcing it. Like it's an impressive weapon to be sure, but it's not like super great. This early in the game, it is really good, and it's really nice to have. But later on, that scythe is going to way out damage our sword. But right now, we want to focus on getting our second ring. Because actually, having that second ring is going to help with us being able to wear our armor. does a decent bit more damage for sure. At least to these little guys. Which is always good. But right now, we gotta worry about the big guy. Come on out here, asshole. So that deals a decent amount of damage. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. And that poise is helping. He couldn't just knock us over. I mean, he catches us with a good one, he's still going to hurt us. Or if I do something silly like expend too much stamina. But that poise helps. Titanite Shard. That's going to let us upgrade our scythe at some point. Which is something we really need to remember to do as well. And the Firekeeper Soul. Okay, so this guy, there's a magic user up there, and he's going to be a pain in the ass till we can get rid of him, but we'll do that in a second. But because he's not doing anything to hurt us, let's go ahead and check out some of the items that we got. Actually, you know what? We're about to be at a point where we'll be able to do that relatively safely. Like without having to worry about going and getting anything else or going and doing anything else. So we'll just wait. We'll just wait until we can do that. Alright, I really can't play it that recklessly if I want to survive this next part. Alright, so he's dancing and casting the spell. And what that does is every one of these little motherfuckers who comes through this door is going to be a problem. Because they're going to hit really, really hard. Oh, I need to be way more careful. That was a lot of little guys he just beefed up. That could have been a really big problem. And it still could be, because I don't know how many of those guys I got rid of. Oh, we pissed off the knights. That's not good. I got away with it there, man. Another Titanite Shard. That's good. I got away with some nonsense there. Woo. That should not have worked out. We got one more guy, I think, before we can... Whew. Man, that was hairy. Okay. And this is what we need to do to get the ring that we'll be using. The next ring that we'll be using. There's a free humanity. Bust through that boarded up door there. Now the mystery key that we got opens up this cell.
Knight Lautrec of Knight. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later. Yes, very sorry. I've just been freed, and allow me some time.
Okay, so now that guy will reappear. He will appear back at Firelink Shrine when we go back there. But I don't remember if I have to rest at the bonfire first, or... we're going to find out. We're going to find out because we need him to get the ring that we need. The ring that we want to have. Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Thankfully for us, there's a shortcut to the Firelink Shrine right here. Hup. Sometimes their collision physics are weird. So the reason I did this instead of going right back down to the Firelink Shrine where we actually want to be is because now that we have that shortcut open, we can get this item on top of this roof. The Undead Asylum, 2nd floor west key. So that means that at some point, we'll be able to go back to the Undead Asylum where we started the game at. Ooh, that could have been really bad. I honestly thought we were going to die there. It's cool that we didn't, though. Because now we can come back and rest at the bonfire. Now that we've rested at the bonfire, let's see if our very sad friend has anything new to say.
Don't you ever think to forge your weapons? You'd better find a smith box soon, unless you enjoy swinging with blunt instruments. How did that silly, you know, the one always, he left for the undead burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a hollow.
I hope he repeats that because I accidentally fast-forwarded through it thinking that he was speaking out of turn. Like he was mentioning something that we hadn't come across yet, but that's why he mentions it. He says that line of dialogue so that we know that when we get to the lower Undead Burg, we should be able to find a mage there somewhere.
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
So while we were gone, there must have been a mage character here, and that mage character is looking for someone important, and they went to the lower Undead Burg to search and never came back. That is specifically to let you know to go down to the Undead Burg, and when you're there, look for the mage somewhere. Hey, here's the guy that we saved.
Hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it.
He gave us a sunlight medal.
I am grateful to you for freeing me. Not enough for you? Well, let's not be greedy now.
Okay, so one of the items we picked up was a Firekeeper soul. What you do with the Firekeeper souls is that you give them to a Firekeeper, which is this lady right here, and it reinforces your Estus Flask. What that does is it allows your Estus Flask to heal you for more every time you use it. But in addition to that, we picked up a bunch of helpful things. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we picked up. Sunlight Medal. This faintly warm medal, engraved with the symbol of the sun, is the ultimate honor, awarded to those who summon the Warrior of Sunlight and complete a goal. The symbol represents Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who lost his deity status and was expunged from the annals, but the God of War still watches closely over his warriors. So that was kind of what I was talking about with Solaire and Gwyn's firstborn. Like, that's all just speculation on my part. Nobody, and that's a favorite fan theory, and nobody really knows if that's the case. But it's fun to speculate. Firekeeper Soul. Soul of a long-lost Firekeeper. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed at by infinite humanity, and can boost the power of precious Estus Flasks. It can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper soul to reinforce the Estus Flask. So that's pretty important. Let's see. Do we get anything else? Oh, the Elite Knight Armor. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Armor of a Nameless Knight, perhaps an Elite Knight of Astora, based on the fire-warding heraldic symbol on its blue surcoat. Although he was loath to give up on his undead mission, he perished at the undead asylum and went hollow. So this is the armor of the guy that saved us from our cell. But that's really odd, because we saw the guy die in our cell, but for some reason his armor was on a corpse in the Darkroot Basin, which is like hours away. So who knows what that means? Who knows what relevance that has? I just thought that'd be kind of cool to share that with you guys. So before we do what we're about to do, let's go ahead and... She can't speak, but she can reinforce our Estus Flask. So let's go ahead and get the Estus Flask +1. Now, for the last ring that we will be using for our build, we have to kill this guy. The reason that I don't mind killing this guy simply to get a ring, even though he's done nothing to harm us right now, is because if you leave him alive, he comes back later in the game and does something that really screws you over. So, in order to kill him really simply, we're just going to kick him again, and he dies. And then, let's see, I should be able to do this. If I quit the game and load back in, the Ring of Favor and Protection, which was what we were looking for. Boost HP, stamina, and equipment load. Breaks if ever removed. A ring symbolizing the favor and protection of the goddess Fina, known in legend to possess fateful beauty. This ring boosts its wearer's HP, stamina, and max equipment load, but it breaks if ever removed. So now our equipment load, instead of 55, is 66 point nothing. So it gave us 11 more equipment load. I'm certain that's based on some sort of percentage. I'm not exactly sure, to be absolutely honest. But now that we're at 66, 33 is our 50, which we want to stay at or under 50%. So if we can put on Oh, so close. So we want to be at or below 33. Now we have a fat roll. Actually, what's that with now that we have... Yeah, 31.1. But we might be able to level up. So that should give us a not fat roll. So we're not as quick as we were. Well, maybe we are. I can't remember what our percentage was before. So yeah, we might be okay. But now we can wear the heavy armor without a fat roll, which is great. Because not only do we have that now, but we also have boosted poise. We have boosted HP and stamina, which you can see by the bar up there. So what's our poise at? Our poise is at 86. That's actually quite high. That's pretty good. Not as high as you can get it, but it's quite good. It's going to take an enemy quite a bit of damage to knock us down. So, we are all geared up. All we have left to do at this point is to upgrade the scythe to the point where it's better than what we're currently wielding. And what we're currently wielding is at 219. How many Titanite shards do we have? We have a couple, right? 2. Okay. So next time we will get back to the blacksmith friend and we will try to upgrade our scythe and try to see where it measures up. If it doesn't quite measure up, that's fine. We don't have to use it right yet. We just this was the setup I wanted to have. So our equipment is the Elite Knight Helm, armor, gauntlets, and leggings, the Ring of Favor and Protection, and the Wolf Ring. The Wolf Ring is interchangeable because that's the ring that gives us more poise, but should there ever come a time where we need a boost to something else, we can take off the Wolf Ring and get it and use it for something else. But we're not ever going to be able to remove that Ring of Favor and Protection because if we do, it will break and it will go away. And I will be really sad if I accidentally break the ring, so I'm going to try not to do that. So, we're all geared up. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.